Hi, I'm Andy Webb from BeCleverWithYourCash.com. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I want to share with you how you can make a little bit of extra cash in time for Christmas. So Christmas is fast approaching and it is going to be an expensive time of year, as it always is, right? Presents, going out, travel, it all adds up. Okay, so don't forget about those things. Don't sort of underestimate that. Don't borrow too much money to pay for things that you can't afford. Right, that's a bad way to manage Christmas. Bad way to pay for Christmas. There are lots of good options to do it instead, and I've got information about that on the blog. So if you're worried about that, how you're going to pay for Christmas, check that out. But what I want to go through now are some of the ways where you might actually be able to find some easy cash that's already yours, cash that you've forgotten about, and that could really, really help you over the next few weeks and months. So the first thing you need to do, right, the first bit of money that you're going to hopefully use to boost your Christmas spending is you need to have a look at any accounts that you've got where you've been earning money and you might have just forgotten about it, okay? So for a start, you've got cashback sites. Hopefully you're using them. They are fantastic. I'll do another video explaining how they work if you don't. But all that money that you're gradually building up over time, it might just be sitting there. Okay, if you haven't sort of cashed it out into your bank account, or even better, boosted it, you can obviously get a bonus between, I don't know, like 3 or 4% up to maybe 10, 15% into a gift card, as long as you use that gift card straight away. You don't have it sitting around because that's a little bit risky. But then you might get even more money and you can spend that on your presents and your food and things like that for Christmas. That's a great place to look. More cash back? Well, have you got one of those fantastic bank accounts? Santander and NatWest both offer this, where you get cash back on your bills. And or do you maybe have a Barclays account and you've got the blue rewards? Now, there's a few of them do it like this. What you earn this money, yeah? You're getting it, but it doesn't go straight into your account. It goes into this kind of sub account. You actually have to go in and say, yes, transfer that money into my bank account. Now, you might have never done this, in which case there could be a healthy amount of cash to move over. You might have just forgotten about it for the last couple of months. Whatever you do, then move it over. Now, a little bit more money to spend. Now, I touched on gift cards just now, didn't I, about how they can be a bit risky. One of the reasons they're risky is we forget about them. We leave them in our wallets in the back of a drawer, and potentially they can run out, and if they have been a couple of years saved since you've used them, they can be worthless. So we don't want that to happen, but have a look. See if you've got a gift card that you've forgotten about. Check that balance and spend it now. Spend it on stuff for Christmas. Don't save it for later because, well, there's risks, as I say, it could sort of just become worthless, or if the retailer goes under, and there's a lot of that have been happening, a lot of retailers struggling, if there's a chance the retailer could go under, then again, it becomes worthless as well. But that could be some money that you are just sitting on, money that you have forgotten about. Something else you could have forgotten about is a prepaid card. Now, this could be one for when you went traveling, went on holiday, yeah, and you got one of those cards. I'm not always a fan of those, but sometimes they're all right. But if you had one, or maybe you got a free prepaid MasterCard for switching your broadband supplier. I've had those in the past. Have you used it up? Is there any money sitting on it? Again, that's money you can use now for Christmas. Another thing that you might have forgotten about as well, you wouldn't might even think of it as a prepaid card, and this is something that Becky and I discovered a while ago, Oyster cards. As soon as we started using contactless, we forgot about our Oyster cards, and there was not much money, but a little bit of cash sitting on them. In fact, there's a huge amount of people doing the same thing. They've got these Oysters. They might even have a couple of Oyster cards with money on them. If you've got an Oyster card, get online, find out if there's any cash on it, or head over to your tube station, your train station, and just hand it back to them. Get that money back, okay? Don't have that money, it's your money. Don't let it sit there. Use it rather than borrow for Christmas. Now, somewhere else you might have forgotten about someone owing you money is if you've ever switched your broadband or energy supplier. Because when you do this, quite a lot of the time, the money that you had sitting on your bill before you moved, particularly if you were in credit, you'd paid more than you owed. And often that happens because you generally pay a month in advance. So you pay and then you move away. Well, you've already paid for that month, yeah? Or that's with broadband. But with energy, if your bills were estimated, you've got a direct debit coming out every month. If you didn't use as much energy as they estimated, it's going to be sitting there on the account. Now, some of these companies have got better at this. Yeah, I recently, just last week, got a refund from EDF and I switched from them to British Gas on a much, much better deal. They actually transferred the money to me within just a few weeks, which was quite a surprise. But in the past, I have had to chase. I once had it with Sky. Again, they might have changed their practices. They might be better at it now. But basically, if I hadn't chased it, that money would have just sat there. And this is really quite common. So think about, who have you moved away from? You might have moved house and got a new supplier, or you might have been a savvy little shopper, and generally every year you're moving your bills and to different suppliers. See who they are with. See if you can find your last bill, see if there was any money owed to you, and see if they've paid it. If you can't find it, phone them up and just say, have I got my money? If there's no money, well, what have you lost? But do that. See if you are owed any money from those places. Two more quick ones to tell you about where, again, you might have forgotten about money. Loyalty points. Now, if you are collecting Nectar, Club Card, Boots, Morrison's, Superdrug, there are, well, you know the schemes. If you are swiping at the till every time, they're not necessarily worth a huge amount of money, sometimes only half a pence, a penny, whatever it might be, for every pound you spend. But if you're doing it, then they're adding up over time. And again, if you rarely cash them out, have a look at your balance. This could be a great time to use them. Now, I'd be wary about if you've got Club Card points, just slapping them off at the till, because they're only getting one. If it's 1 point's worth 1 penny, yeah? So you're not getting the best transition for them. However, if you can, and there's things you want to buy, then you can sometimes get triple the amount for Tesco. Nectar via Sainsbury's, in the autumn, they generally do a double up event. I'm not always a big fan of this, but it's a good opportunity to get, again, double points, double the value for your points. But even if those ones don't work out and you're short of money, use your points to at least, reduce what your spend is over Christmas. There could be a huge amount of them just sitting there on your cards. And again, remember, it's not just supermarkets, Boots, lots of people earn a decent amount from there. So, that's a perfect time to use them on your Christmas prezzies as well. And the last one, the very, very last one, is around your shopping accounts. So it could be Amazon, could be John Lewis. Next, if you ever basically bought something online and sent it back, and maybe you paid for it with a gift card, or maybe they wouldn't refund it to your original card, they might have given you some credit. So it's a bit like a gift card, but these ones sit on your online account, okay? So just double check, see if any of the places that you have taken things back and the money wasn't put back on your payment card, see if it's sitting there on your online account. Again, more money to spend now. So that's a simple thing. That's money for Christmas that you already have it, but you don't actually have it, but it's yours, okay? You're entitled to this money. Another quick one that you can think about, and depending when you're watching this, it might be a bit tight in time to get this money for Christmas, but if it comes through in the new year, well, that's going to be very welcome when things are going to be particularly tight, when you've got less funds to get you through the new year. And this is something I love, something I'm always talking about, and it is bank switching. Now, I've got a video about that, so if you haven't seen that, I'll link to it here and you link to it below. So do watch that, explains why you should be switching bank and how to do it. Most importantly, so you know what you're meant to be doing. But the big thing here is getting a cash bonus for switching bank. Now, these come and go. Some of the banks have reduced what they're offering recently. Some of them have increased it. Lloyds have just started doing it as I'm recording this. It might be gone by the time that you're watching it. But have a look. I have an article with all the latest deals, all latest switching offers, but you potentially could get yourself 100, 150, 175 quid, if not for Christmas, for the new year, just for switching bank. And it won't take you long at all. It's about 10, 15 minutes to do that. That's a decent amount of cash. And then my last little trick for helping you earn money in the next few months and the way to Christmas with all this spending you're doing is to get cashback. Obviously, I mentioned cashback sites at the top in terms of getting your payout and using that, but just make sure you are using cashback sites. When you're doing all this shopping, go to Quidco or Top Cashback, click through, and you'll get a percentage back on most retailers, okay? It's well worth doing. If you haven't signed up to either of those sites, then you can get a new member bonus. When I'm recording this, it goes up to 17 quid with Quidco if you sign up to my newsletter, but you also get £10 from Top Cashback the first time you use the site. So if you used one, check out the other one. If you haven't used either, do them both, and you'll get that regular cashback as well. And of course, something else I'm always talking about, cashback credit cards. Now, there's two that I personally use that you should probably have a look at. First of all is the Tandem credit card, okay? This gives you 0.5% on all your purchases, yeah? And it's a MasterCard. That's why it's important. It's a MasterCard, which means you can use it pretty much anywhere. Every £4 you spend, you can get 0.5% back. Not a huge amount, but it does add up over time, particularly at this expensive time of year. But the one that I use is more than that. Pretty much, I use it all the time I can, is my American Express cashback card. Now, there are a few of these available, so you can check out. Again, I've got a little article which explains some of the best ones and some of the differences between them. But as long as you haven't had one in the last 2 years, then you can get a 5% bonus for the first 3 months. and that's up to £100 or £125 depending which card that you get. That, again, is free money, as long as you're spending that money anyway. And again, this is an expensive time of year, so you are likely to be spending cash. This is free money that you will get. You might not actually get that money, be able to get that money right now. Sometimes it might take 12 months to get it, but that's a lovely little treat for next Christmas, isn't it? And after that 5% is over, then you can get up to 1%, up to 1.25%, depending on the card and how much you're spending on the rest of your purchases. There's also, with American Express, something that I love, and I'm hoping it's coming back this year. I'm pretty sure it will. It's called Shop Small. It normally runs the first 2 weeks of December, and participate in small retailers. If you spend £10 in store, you get £5 credit to your card. Basically, it's encouraging you to go to these small independent shops and restaurants and cafes and bars, hairdressers, all sorts of places. But those little £5, if there's shops that you're going to buy gifts at anyway, places you go to anyway, then those little £5 can quickly add up as well. And you get that money credited to your account straight away. No waiting for that. There you go. A few things to think about. Do check out the blog, because I've got more information about all of these different tricks, all these different ways to get some more money in your pocket in time for Christmas. I'm Andy Webb. This is BeCleverWithYourCash.com. Please do subscribe. Please let me know with the comments, with liking and sharing what you think. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Cheers.